Hey guys, Hastings here, and welcome to episode 6 of Show Some Class. As the best cars so far have been from cars down the lower end of the class spectrum, I've gone for another C-class car with the 65 Mustang, my weapon of choice this week. So I'll go through the menus and I'll catch up with you on the grid. Oh yeah, and we're at the Catalunya National Circuit. Probably should have mentioned that. See you in a sec. Okay, we're on the grid and we're waiting for the lights as they go off. We get a relatively average start. Not convinced by this view, I keep thinking it should be slightly higher. So if I keep cycling through, just ignore me. Standard Hastings paint job as per usual. And we seem to be at a slight disadvantage in a straight line, although under the brakes everyone's going ridiculously slowly through the first corner. Get past a couple of auto unions, which is very handy because they are incredibly quick in a straight line. I don't know why they seem to be going quite so slowly through this first section. What is going on here? Okay, this is slightly weird. I swear they're normally... I know they're quite slow, but they're not normally that slow. Look at that! I'm so much quicker. Maybe I found a bogey circuit for the AI cars. Just doesn't stop them making a lunge up the inside though. That was one of the better moves I've seen by the AI. I mean, it didn't get past me in the long run, but it's nice to have a little bit of excitement when you're racing the AI. They don't normally make those types of sort of opportunistic moves, as it were. They just tend to sort of sit behind you and wait for you to make a mistake, as I nearly did there. But we just about managed to hold on, and we had a relatively poor launch at the start of the race. Let's see how we do from a rolling start. We seem to have the speed on the Lexus, initially anyway, sort of neck and neck, and he seems to just start to pull away at the top end, and it looks like that's the sort of the theme with all the cars in front of me as well. But boy, they do really seem to be going rather slowly through the first corner. See if we can do anything up the inside of this Shelby. It looks like we can. Okay. Oh, there was an incident there. That wasn't me. That was the Beamer and the Ferrari. I just about got on the brakes to stop myself running into the back of them. We're up into 8th position and we're making steady progress, even though I do seem to be running slightly wide, not as wide as that Beamer though. Almost causing an accident with the Lexus as he rejoined the track. Okay, we got a Audi TT up next. Let's see if we can make any inroads and use his slipstream to stay close to him down the straight. This is a car that I don't actually remember buying or building or painting. Normally when I put a paint job on a car, or one of my paint jobs on a car, it signifies that I've built it up properly and significantly, and there's cars going all over the place. So we've just taken 4th position without really having to do anything. We kind of got a legitimate overtake on the Audi, but he was kind of slowing down to avoid the 2 cars that had gone off track, and we've got a slightly battered front end there. I think that was from the first corner. We got caught out slightly by the Mercedes that was going really slowly. But on the 3rd lap now, so roughly halfway through the race, and this could be a very good race for us in this series. Up into 4th, which is our best result so far, but I have just clipped the gravel there and slowed me down a second. Audi was having a look to see if he could go up the inside, but he didn't quite manage it. And I'm thinking if I can get a move on, a podium might be on the cards. Let's see what we can do. I think I've said that before, but it's yet to materialise. But I think in this race it's probably our best chance. We're up into 3rd, nice and early on. Got some dodgy gear ratios in this car. Like I said, I don't remember building it, or painting it, or driving it. and I don't remember how to drive it, which isn't particularly brilliant. There's a few times I probably should have changed down a gear, and not realising quite how long the gears are in this very, very old sort of muscle car. I say sort of muscle car, because it's not like that Chevy in front of us. That's a proper muscle car, that's a modern one. But it just doesn't quite have the look of a muscle car about it, does it? It's not quite the sort of the Mustang Boss or the Fastback. But it's a classic in its own right. And of course it's part of the Mustang family, which is definitely muscle car royalty. I do seem to be closing in on the cars ahead, not quite getting the first corner right, which will hinder me slightly. I think we've got the rest of this lap and one more. I think I can definitely get at least right on the back of the cars in front by the end of the race. If I could carry a little bit more speed through there, I'd be fantastically fast through this section. Because through this section here, although I keep taking to the grass, I do tend to be right on the cars in front of me by here. Look at that, that Audi is all over the place and he's held up the Chevrolet nicely. So we moved up into the podium positions for the first time. Give that Audi a little nudge as he's going ridiculously slowly. Just help the damage to our front bumper there. See if we can sort of take a decent line through the chicane. It didn't work out of that corner. Corvette's having a look up the inside. Oh, got a clip on the sausage curb on the inside there, and it threw us a bit sideways. That's not particularly brilliant. And now it looks like we're going to get driven away from in a straight line, not quite close enough to use the slipstream to hang on to the back of them. But let's see if we can do anything into the first corner, where the AI seem to be incredibly slow. And I've outbraked myself. I'm slightly struggling with this first corner today, it seems. Oh, let's try to sort of get the cutback line, but the Corvette just suddenly appeared and stopped me doing it, which has kind of hindered my run through this section. Although I've still managed to get a better run than the Audi. Can I force my way up the outside here, using a bit of the curb, trying to stick it around the outside, and getting a little bit of understeer, having to lift off, and the Audi keeps his position. Oh, he's got a bad line through there though. We've got a much better line. He's tapping the brakes through there, and I'm on full throttle, and I've gone up the inside to take second place. Let's see if we can do anything about this other Audi in the last few corners. If I can get a nice, good, clean run through this section, I might have a chance. Look at that, he's going very slowly through here. I'm right on his bumper, giving him a nudge because I didn't really have the space to go around the outside, but I've given him another nudge. And what is he doing? Okay, that was a bit weird is the word. How? What? Okay. I gave him a nudge because if I'd run to the outside I would have lost too much room. But I didn't really want to lift off. You know, rugby racing, a little nudge doesn't matter. Blimey! Where are they all gone? But yeah, I gave him another little nudge because he just didn't accelerate out the corner. And then he just completely lost it in a straight line. He's got four-wheel drive Audi. Like, nothing says stable like a four-wheel drive Audi. He shouldn't have lost it in the first corner. That is even the Cadillac came in to join the fun towards the end of the race. That's ridiculous. I mean, we've taken our first victory. That's fantastic. Our first podium, and it's a pole. Pole? Oh my days, that's the... Okay. We've taken our first podium, we've taken our first victory, and we've had quite a good race in that respect. So it does now sit top of our Show Some Class table. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. So until then, Hastings out. Goodbye.